We are coming up to the very end of the BTC Bull presale. If you are interested in getting in, there's only just over 2 days left as of the time of this recording. So if you are interested, it's obviously coming very near to the end. And if you are not wanting to miss out, then you definitely need to be moving fast to get there. So let's take a look at kind of what we've got from the BTC Bull presale. We can go over some of the details as well as some of the news that we have heard. It does look like claim info is going to be getting shared soon. So definitely getting ready for that launch here. So if we go ahead and take a look, we can see 2 days and 19 hours as of the time of this recording. It'll probably be a little bit less than that by the time that this gets posted, but we can see here $7.5 million raised so far. So a pretty decent bit. The next claim, or the next like reward tier, or the next, I guess, price hike tier, more accurately put, is going to be about the $8.4 million range. So definitely some space there still, which is pretty good to see. If you're looking to kind of get in at the last minute, you may not be running a super big risk of kind of getting the price bumped. So that's good. But then after 2 days, once it's gone, it's gone. So we can see here though, it's the official Bitcoin meme coin. Yeah, I don't know how we make that claim, but that's what they're claiming. And then it is essentially kind of tied to Bitcoin's performance in an indirect way, which I do think is pretty interesting and one of the rather unique things about this specific project. So you can see here, this is the roadmap. The roadmap, of course, since it's a meme coin, they're not really doing too much as it relates to development of a product because it is a meme coin. But what you can see is their roadmap, so to speak, revolves around the price of Bitcoin. So you can see when Bitcoin hit 100K, that's when the token sales started. And then at 125K, that's when we'll see the first token burn. 150 would be a Bitcoin airdrop. 175 would be another token burn. 200 Bitcoin airdrop. 225 another token burn. And then 250 would be a BTC Bull airdrop. We'll see kind of what numbers we might be looking at here by going over the tokenomics. What we don't actually have much information surrounding right now is, of course, when we hit 150 and 200, that's when there would be a Bitcoin airdrop to all BTC Bull holders, which would be really cool. The only catch, the only caveat here is we don't really have any sense of like what kind of size that would be or anything like that. So that's something that we have to kind of figure out over time. But definitely a pretty cool kind of iteration here on meme coins, given that essentially tying it to something else and then essentially kind of rewarding people based on how that particular kind of like pegged asset or tied asset, it's not necessarily pegged, but like the correlated asset does with performance, which I think is pretty cool. So you can see how to buy on the crypto presale if you are interested. So that there is that there. And then you can also see the tokenomics, 15% to the Bull Fund, 15% to the Milestone Burn Fund. Again, going back to the roadmap, there were 3 essentially kind of like burn milestones. I don't actually know if this is true. This is kind of just me speculating, but maybe we see about 5% of the total supply burned per goal hit, which would be pretty interesting. 10% of the BTC Bull airdrop, which is when Bitcoin would hit 250K. 10% is to staking, 10% is to exchange liquidity, and then 40% is to PR and marketing. So we'll have to see kind of how this ends up working out, but that's kind of how the tokenomics are laid out currently. And then we can see the total supply is 21 billion, so just effectively 1,000 times more than the total supply of Bitcoin. There are also some token FAQs here if you are looking to kind of have some of your questions answered about anything in particular as it relates to kind of some of the more common questions as it relates to BTC Bull. Also Bitcoin news, again, kind of emphasizing that they're a coin that kind of rides on the coattails of Bitcoin, so to speak. So pretty interesting there. And you can also see there is a staking hub if you are looking. If you remember from the tokenomics, we did have that staking reserve kind of set aside here. Currently, the estimated rewards are 54%. This is dynamic. Basically, if more people start staking, then the rewards or the percentage rewards will go down because the total rewards being shared per block is going to be, kind of less overall. So just something to think about there. And I did also want to head over to the X account as well, because we can see 5 hours ago, as of the time of this recording, we can see that claim info is dropping soon. So they're definitely getting prepared. Things are definitely moving along in the right direction for a launch. So as we see on the website, if we go back to the main page, we only do have a couple of days left whenever this loads in. But we do only have a couple of days left here. So you do have to kind of I make a decision one way or the other if you're wanting to get in or not. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice. This is just me telling you about a project that is going on. You need to make the decision if it's right for you, not right for you, how much you want to do, if anything like that. This is all your own decision, because I can't really assist you with that type of stuff. That would be considered financial advice, and of course, we don't provide financial advice here or ever. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. If you did find the information in this video useful, like and subscribe, all that type of stuff does help. And then also, if you have any questions or anything, just drop those in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.